Namaste. As someone who has spent a few years in the tinsel world, I've come to see life more as the process of making a commercial film. The magic, I've realized, lies not in the final product, but in the journey of creation itself. Think about it. What excites filmmakers the most? Of course, they envision the final product that will eventually hit the screens. But the real thrill lies in the process. Brainstorming ideas, casting the perfect actors, scouting for ideal locations, drawing inspiration from other films, shooting scenes, composing the music, engineering the sound, and meticulously editing the footage. Once the movie is completed and released, it's over. Filmmakers move on. I've heard legendary directors say that after watching the first copy of their film, they felt a sense of closure. Even if the film becomes a box office hit, the creators and their teams are already immersed in their next project. The real magic wasn't in the applause or the accolades. It was in the process of making the film. Life works the same way. If we live only for some imagined future outcome, success, recognition, or achievement, we miss out on the true essence of life, the experience of living. The end of life is simply a physical conclusion. But what truly matters is how we experience each moment while we are alive. Let me share another analogy. Think of a day when you prepared a special dish with friends or family. You gathered the ingredients, carefully chopped vegetables, and blended flavors. You were completely immersed in the process, savoring the scents, textures, and the joy of creating. When the dish was finally ready, you enjoyed it together, and that was it. The meal itself was fleeting, but the memories of making it lingered. This reminds me of my bachelor days when I'd often drive back home late after an entire day of being so busy that the thought of food never crossed my mind. It was only on my drive back that I'd start planning dinner. I would create a mental image of the dish I wanted for dinner, run through my mind the required ingredients that were available in my kitchen and fridge, and reach home. After a quick shower, I'd start cooking, listening to classical music, and gently unwinding as I turned my mental image into reality. Those moments of creation, chopping, stirring, and blending were as satisfying as the meal itself, if not more. Life is much like that. If we keep waiting for a moment in the future to find happiness, we miss the joy of the present. Whether it's making a movie, preparing a dish, or working on any project, the value lies in the process. The finished product is secondary to the experience of living in the moment, creating and sharing those moments with others. Some time ago, inspired by a video with the unforgettable Sir Sean Connery reciting Ithaka, a poem by C.P. Cavafy, I created a video with me dramatically reciting it. The poem beautifully conveys the idea that the destination is not what truly matters, it is the journey that shapes us. As I recited the lines, I felt the depth of its wisdom, its reminder that our experiences, our learning, and our growth happen along the way, not at some imagined endpoint. The journey itself is the life we live. Much like Ithaka suggests, if we fixated only on reaching the end, we will miss the riches of the voyage. And when we do reach our Ithaka, our goal or success, our final destination, we may realize that it was never about arriving, it was about how we got there. Many people talk about living in the present, but have you ever noticed how difficult it actually is? When you truly experience something amazing, a breathtaking view, a delicious meal, or a moving piece of music, you don't simultaneously think this is incredible. No, you simply experience it by having no other thought, but by being one with the experience. The moment you start thinking about it, you're already looking at it in hindsight. This shows that being in the present isn't something to achieve, it's something to allow, or rather not block or impede. When our minds are preoccupied with future desires or imagined results, we miss the beauty of the now. But when we let go and fully immerse ourselves in what we're doing, we naturally live in the moment. People often regret their past choices, but unless those choices were criminal in nature, why worry? You were simply acting with the understanding you had at that moment. Now, with greater awareness, you have the choice to evolve. So why be stuck in regret? Now is the moment. Live it fully, completely. So, whether you're making a film, preparing a meal, or pursuing any meaningful endeavor, remember, life is not about the destination, it's about the journey. Pause for a moment and reflect. Are you so fixated on an imagined end goal that you're overlooking the beauty of the present, the only reality? Try to think about that one thing you can do today to be fully immersed in the now. Don't wait for a distant future to bring happiness. Find joy in the making, in the doing, in the living, in simply being. Life is happening now. Embrace it. Thank you.